Here's where it starts to get fun. Developing is the step up from beginning. What would convince you that the student was on the right track, that they were listening and maybe even practicing, but perhaps don't really get it? For me, with this particular practice, I simply want to see an attempt to solve scientific problems, and I want the student to show some relevant supporting work. This can be any of the pieces of the I can statements. Note the bold words: givens and unknowns, illustration, equation, supporting work, substituting values, diagrams. If a student does any of those things and they are relevant to the problem at hand, even if they're wrong or incomplete, to me, that's developing. Just to reiterate, if a student does work that's relevant to the problem at hand, even if wrong or incomplete, that's developing. Avoid negatives. You really want to highlight what they do. So instead of saying you are missing important parts of the problem-solving process, I say I attempt to solve scientific problems and show some relevant supporting work. Another way to look at this is to contrast this with the beginning level, which said I attempt to solve the problem. What's different here? Well, I added the word scientific, which acknowledges that a student is not using words or treating it like a qualitative explanation. In addition, they're showing some work that's relevant to the problem, as in some givens, an illustration, diagrams, or equations. There's a lot implied by this choice of words. Note that you'll have to teach students how to understand and use your rubric. I don't assume that students know the difference between a problem and a scientific problem. This is what we do during class together when we're talking. Pause the video here to give yourself time to write your developing level.